Album Review, the podcast where four totally unqualified guys review a different album every week in the hope of broadening our knowledge of music. However, we are easily swayed off topic and have no real idea what we are talking about. Today's album is Marianas Trench, Ever After.
God, I can't believe you got that first time.
I know, I still can't say the name.
I
was expecting you to say it wrong.
I always say Mariana Trench.
I've deliberately avoided saying it.
How are
you saying it wrong?
Well, no, I'm just saying that, like, I'm not a big fan of marinara. Fuck.
Right.
I still every time I type it in Spotify, it's still like it has to guess for me because I can't type it.
Oh yeah,
right.
I can't. I type trench.
In fairness, Joe, you do have the one big thumb on your hand, and that's it, don't you? So you have the one nubbin, which is just a giant thumb, and you like mush that into the keyboard.
And I just hope it
Google's actually adapted to your typing methods now.
Yeah, exactly.
On my key, I make sure I have the keyboard on my phone like very small as well.
What's that?
Well, so I can get more letters in one press.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why that can't be.
It doesn't matter what it says.
I just like this backstory that we've made that Joe just has one big thumb on one hand and that's it.
You see, I'm not imagining a thumb. I'm imagining he doesn't have a hand and it's just the knob of his arm.
And it's just me go boing!
I'm kind of imagining the thumb people from Spy Kids. You know, those,
yes.
Like, weird
but their face is a thumb, is it not?
Yeah, but like for Joe, it's just the one arm which has the fingernail as like a shield.
I have no idea what you're talking
World's
about.
worst Captain America. Hang on, I'll find an image.
You've never seen the thumb
of it.
people from Spy
I'll
Kids?
find an image.
No, I don't think I have.
Some people.
Oh, yeah, I said I'd find it. Fuck off.
Oh my god. God, that's actually kind of made me feel
Didn't
sick.
they actually used to do stuff with their head as well?
Yeah, I think so.
What, like dance?
No, just like. There you go.
Is that even a thumb?
Oh my god!
The thumb people.
That's what my hands
Oh yeah,
look
because
like.
even their hands were like nails.
Joe, if they were feet, would it make you feel worse?
Yes.
I mean, you don't know that they're not feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that could be a second
Those are just
toe.
really long
That could be
toes.
toe,
If you had toes like that, it'd be a bit weird.
No, that's made
I
me
don't
feel
know, my toe
really
kind of
weird.
looks like that.
I do have one longer toe than the others.
Yeah. Theoretically, isn't it likely that always one of them's going to be longer than the others?
I think realistically, you could, because your bones and stuff, and like they heal themselves and the cartilage and that, you could probably break one of your toes and then like extend it slightly and then let it set and keep doing that until you had a toe that was a knife.
Isn't there a procedure to do that?
Hang on, let me just get my toe knife.
You just have like, on one foot you got a shoe, on the other you've got to wear a flip-flop.
Need a letter
there a
opening?
thing?
Hang on.
A procedure where they do that.
Like a fucking machete on the end of your foot.
Oh god.
Isn't there a procedure they do to like make people taller and stuff like that?
Oh
like,
yeah, where they
their
break your legs. Yeah.
and pull it apart very slightly, and then let the body fill in the gap.
Would you do that, Denver?
Would you do that?
You know, I've heard it's a very long and painful procedure.
Just like
And
fucking
you
me.
don't-
Sounds quite painless.
You don't gain that much. Like for me to do it to become 6 foot, I would look so out of proportion. Like imagine just super long legs.
See, I feel out of proportion now, so I've actually opted for the scheme of ankles be gone, where they are just going to take my ankles.
What? So you have no connection between your leg and your foot?
Actually, just has poke
The
legs.
foot just flops around.
It's just a fixed 90-degree angle. You can't ever bend there.
Oh god, the real definition of flat feet. Come on, Aidan, we're climbing a hill today. No, we're not.
I imagine you would just like, as the second you ascend an incline, you just fall back.
Yeah, you just topple
That's
over.
not true. I bring my own shovel with me, like a tiny trowel, and I make footholes.
Ah, I like it.
Alright.
It's smart.
But then when you bend down to make the footholes,
I don't
surely your
bend.
feet would dig in.
No, I don't bend.
He's not
Just
got any
complete
knees either.
pegs. It's a really long trowel then.
Yeah, it's actually attached to my toe.
It's like, have you ever seen that video of
Yes.
there's like a guy in a wheelchair
No.
and he's like, oh, they installed a ramp for my house. It's great. but the ramp is so sharp and inclined. The second he goes in it, his wheelchair just flips over backwards, so he can't actually go up the ramp.
I've not seen that, but that sounds funny.
That's so mean. Why is that even a thing?
Have you ever seen that? Like, have you ever seen the woman that she wrote a tweet that she was basically just like, I don't get why they don't just put pedals on wheelchairs so they can go on their own.
I've seen that.
I was like, that's such a Joe Midwood tweet.
Oh, shut up.
It's like,
Kind of is, though.
you're homeless, just buy a house.
Come on,
Like,
just buy a house.
Just buy a house.
Can't walk? Just walk.
Just to stand up, idiot.
Just stand up. Fucking idiot.
talking of walking,
Should probably
Will
talk
Davey.
That was a good transition. Should probably talk about the album, right?
Probably, yeah. At some point.
You're not my brother.
Sorry. Oh fuck! I just got the reference.
What?
What?
The fucking Final Fantasy video. You need to
Yeah.
watch the trailer.
I have
because it's
seen the
just so
trailer. I
fucking
just turned off because I was like, I wanted God of War, and now I've got this piece of shit.
More like Bull Ragnarok.
More like Bull
Bull
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
God, we're nearly 7 minutes in and
And we've not even talked
mentioned
about the album.
Marianas Trench.
I
Why
mean,
not?
Right, I think this album is fucking fantastic.
Woo!
I generally don't think there's a bad song on the album, and it just makes you feel great. Like, you cannot listen to this album and not be in a good mood, I don't feel. You have to be fucking miserable to not enjoy this. But I also think, considering it's like quite Disneyfied, right? It feels like it's a Disney album.
I wouldn't say that, no.
I would also disagree.
I
would
would
say it's Disney.
say that. It is very Disney. Disney Channel.
Literally, yeah,
Not
that's what I mean,
Disney
like
movie.
Disney Channel.
Disney
Yeah,
Channel.
Yeah, like, what shows did they used to have, like?
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
I think I haven't watched
Have you
enough
seen
like
that?
Disney
Mr.
Channel
Mosby's
stuff.
in prison now. You know Mr. Mosby? The guy who was in the lobby?
What,
He,
Ted
Mosby?
Mosby?
Yeah. No, not Ted Mosby. Mr. Mosby.
Different show.
Different show. One that's actually funny.
Oh,
My brain.
And yeah, he's in prison because I'm pretty sure he stabbed a dude. But he was still doing those, what's it called? The Cameo, you know, when the celebrities do like a message for people.
Yeah.
Right? And he's on that even though he's in prison. And somebody got a message that was just him saying his iconic line of no running in the lobby. And it's quite funny because he's in prison.
Don't break the
Kevin
rules.
from The Office is who makes the most money from that Cameo thing.
Is he the fat one?
Yeah.
What is
He made
it?
apparently something like £2 million
Fucking hell.
a year from it.
woo.
I mean, in fairness, somebody would like just send in like $5 or whatever and just be like, do a dance, fatty.
I
It's
like
easy
the
money
guy who
though,
does
right?
Captain Price and does those.
Does he do them?
He does them, yeah.
No way. We need one.
Yeah, and he's like, oi!
What's the website called?
He's
that
like,
you do the other
"Oi."
one? Oh, is
He's
it
like,
Cameo?
Cameo.
You ain't no soap. I don't know if he doesn't say that, but
Can we say that? Can we get him to do that?
you ain't
You
no
ain't
soap.
no soap.
Oh, I accidentally spelled Camaro, and cars came up.
Because like the guys who
Ciao.
did the latest, not the latest Call of Duty, but the Modern Warfare one, they actually look like all their characters.
Holy fucking shit! It's so expensive.
How expensive
How?
is it?
It's like to get a message from Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is a
Is-
fucking upper class,
Why
right?
don't you
Yeah,
get
it's
one from somebody?
£750.
Yeah,
I mean,
you just get
he
one from
is
somebody that's
literally-
worthwhile, though.
What about
He is
River
the
Summers?
most famous boxer of all time, probably. So
What do you mean? There's Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson.
But then it says,
Rival
oh,
Summers.
you can do a text chat for £38. I don't know how it actually works. Like, it just says request, so he can just deny it.
we
Just
could
to
all
know.
get money together and get Elijah Wood to do one for Michael. You know who that is?
Oh, he's little hobbit.
He's the
boy.
Hobbit in Lord of the Rings.
What's
yeah.
he called? Frodo.
Yes. Frodo Baggins.
Frodo Baggins.
Baggins. Rival Summers.
Yeah, but I mean, this is nice and all, but why the fuck would we do it for Michael?
Yeah, good point.
This is a very good point.
Do you think this is like do celebrities enjoy doing this? You think this is like a low point for them, where they're like, I'm cashing in on my one good role, you know?
It's me. I'm the Star
Is there
Wars
like a
guy.
specific website for this?
Yes, it's called Cameo.
Like, you can... Oh,
What the fuck, Joe?
Whoa. I didn't know they were just doing it
Literally
off their
10
own
minutes
back.
behind the conversation.
You can get James Murray from Impractical Jokers.
We get the fat guy from My Name Is Earl.
He's on... we watched the film the other day, and he's on it. American History X. He's on that.
What, the fat guy? Or
Yeah, the fat guy.
Can we
Yeah.
just put ourselves on this and pretend to be celebrities? Do you reckon people will just go, oh, I don't know who
I think
this
you could
guy
get away
is?
with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, Denver, I found Paul Chuckle. That's convenient.
Oh.
Paul laugh
What about Barry?
Your...
Can you get Barry?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's so mean.
Anyway, Marianas Trench. We are here to review an album.
Yes.
Yes. I think... Yeah, what I was saying was that considering it feels quite like Disney Channel music, I feel like there's so much fucking depth to their music that it's like kind of unreal. Like in terms of just like the amount of different styles that they've included in stuff, and like the amount of just randomly placed instruments that just are so intricately put in there that you wouldn't think about if you're just like properly listening to it. But it's like, holy shit, like that's just really cool. I think the transitions from each song is really cool how they've done that. Like you can tell it was like, if that don't get fucking up points from you, Denver, because you love shit like that with an album. Like you're like, oh yeah, it was made to go into this song, to go into this song. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end of each song kind of
It's been
goes
made
in.
to when I was researching, they deliberately did it to sound like it is one song.
Yeah. I just generally think it's amazing. And fuck me, are they the kings of harmony? Like, the harmonies on this album are actually fucking insane. And his voice is incredible. And I just think it's such a good album. Worst for me was So Soon. Even though it's not a bad song, I just, like I said, like I don't think any of the songs are bad. So it was really hard to pick. It would have been between that and No Place Like Home. But then again, I still love them both.
But No Place Like Home is like so many. It changes up so much in that song.
It does, yeah. It's a bit like Ever After, which is again quite cool because that's like the intro and the outro are very like.
They're also very long as well.
Yeah.
Bit
I just
black.
But So Soon just kind of, even though I still really liked it, I love the build up and it's quite like, I don't want to say emotional, but what's the word? Anyway, yeah. Just didn't think it held up like some of the others did because they're all just proper upbeat and catchy, whereas that's just a bit down. It was like the fucking hardest top 3 to pick ever. Like, I found it so difficult because so many of the songs listening back to them was like, oh, I could put that as like third. Oh, but no, this is still fucking great. Like, it was just really hard to pick. But I went with third as Haven't Had Enough, just because it has like one of the best choruses. And even when you think the chorus has ended, it still like carries on with like a little what's the guitar in the background. It's like a second part to the chorus, and it just fucking adds to it so much. It just keeps going. It's just great. Second for me was Stutter, which I think is the most listened to song on this album. I might be right in saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 22 now. Just fucking great, and was very close to being first. But first for me was actually By Now, because I think it's just got like the most
Worst.
Sorry?
Yeah,
say
it's
worst?
a second favourite and it goes worst.
Did I say worst?
I'm pretty sure you just said
I don't think you
worst
said
for
worst.
me. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he said first, but
Yeah, he said
okay,
first.
Oh, okay. So I was like,
I was
what
going to
the
say,
fuck? Sorry, I was just very confused there. Sorry,
second
carry
for
on.
this, and then worst for me. No.
That's what I was like. I was like, what?
I'm sure, right, maybe I did, but
You
first
didn't.
for
Maybe
me
we
was By Now. Yeah, like I say, it was just, I think the
Worst?
It's, Joe, I'm going to fucking
Shut the
punch
fuck
you.
up.
It's like, it's just, I don't, oh God, you've proper put me off now. I can't get my words out.
You had such a good flow up until that point.
I'm so
Did you notice
sorry.
that, like, nobody interrupted you either.
I know.
I know, that's why I did it. I was like, someone's got to chime in here.
It's because we spoke for 2 hours before you
That's
did
a lie.
anything.
That's a lie. You're
German
lying.
would lie. Hashtag Joe Facts.
Compulsive lying.
I think it's because it's just got like the biggest It's just big, like the chorus is just big. It feels like emotionally driven, and his voice sounds fucking insane in it. And I remember that song more than any of the others.
I didn't feel that one.
Which one was that, Will?
By Now.
Sake.
Are you alright,
You didn't
Joe?
feel that one. It's such a good song.
It's amazing.
I think it's a good song, but that emotional, like, hook they were trying to grab never grabbed me.
I was going to say, you never feel emotion, do you? So
No, I am an android.
and you don't like
so...
fun either.
No, I don't like fun.
You're basically White Vision, to be fair.
What?
Yeah, basically.
Spoilers.
I don't really understand.
So
You
yeah,
see, that wasn't a spoiler until you said spoilers.
literally. So to summarise, I just think it's a fucking solid album, and I haven't listened to it in a long while, but going back to it, it made me love it even more. And I was worried it was going to be too cringe, but I never found it too cringe. I just think it's super well written and with lots of depth, and it's just great.
Did you ever watch the music videos?
No.
Are they cringe?
Some of them were, yeah.
I mean, there was that one line in Porcelain where he's on about getting on your knees and swallowing.
Sorry?
There is a line in Porcelain where he talks about somebody getting on their knees and swallowing.
Is there?
See, I never actually looked up the lyrics for these.
I didn't look up the lyrics, it's just blatantly there in your face. Oh no, it's
never
Desperate
noticed.
Measures, sorry.
Oh, that is the cringe video as well.
That makes sense.
I did like that song, though.
No,
Oh,
I
shit,
did.
yeah, I just randomly clicked and I found that lyric.
Where?
I ain't lying.
It's like 1 minute 35.
Hang on.
Which one's on this?
Fuck off, Joe.
Should we just kick
am I?
Joe?
What?
Open up and swallow on your knees.
There you go.
Oh, that's awful.
Yep.
I still quite like that
Oh,
song.
that's
though.
horrific.
No, it's not
That's
a
still
bad
great
song, though, is it?
It is down as explicit, that one.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, in fairness, it's because he says motherfucker in the second part of the second pre-chorus, I think.
It's clearly desperate.
Well, it must be Desperate Measures.
It makes
That's what-
sense. It
well, that's
all
what
links
happens,
in,
doesn't it?
boys.
That's what happens when they're letting their guard down.
Joe,
Yeah.
just get yours over and done with so we don't have to listen to it anymore.
Wow. Wow.
Fuck.
You've been shit today. You've just been keep questioning
I
everyone
know,
for
I'm
something
sorry.
they've already said.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
So what was that website called with the celebrities?
Cameo.
Thanks, Joe.
It's all right.
Gosh, you get paid for it,
I found
or-
Jesus Christ on there. Which
Yeah,
is
I just
quite,
saw that you
quite
linked
cool.
that, but I don't think...
Yeah.
I get the feeling that might not be the real guy.
I believe
What?
him.
I hope it's free.
He
because-
charges £21, so
That's
he's
not
got
a
to be
lot.
the real deal.
I mean, look at him. Have you seen his pictures?
Yeah, look, he's even got the barbed wire on his face.
That's... What?
Joe.
The barbed wire.
This is where
It's not barbed wire.
Oh my God, can you get Dave Bautista?
Oh my fucking
Oh my
God,
God.
can you?
This is where the Post Malone must have got it from.
I don't think you can.
No, he's not on there.
Oh, damn it. You can get Emily Bautista. Sean
my God.
Bautista.
I've just, like, if you go, do you know that Jesus Christ thing? If you clicked his actual picture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it just goes like, Jesus!
Yeah, yeah. It's like, hello,
Oh, it's so
and
bad.
stay holy.
I did not realise like how expensive. I thought like these would be like 10, 20 quid, not fucking hundreds.
Well, they are celebrities.
I get that. Yeah, it makes sense, right? But
Can you
So-
get any
Oh
of the
Oh my God,
Avengers?
TikTok. Can we get Charlie DeLaMeo?
Who's that?
D'Amelia, oh my God.
Who is that?
She's like the most famous TikTok.
You can't get any of the Marvel guys. This is really annoying.
Yeah, they're probably too busy rolling in their money to do things. Like, this is the celebrities who I feel like are dead.
What?
Or, you know, like, they've got time.
But Michael Jackson in on here.
You can get impressive. There's a guy just called Not Tom Cruise.
Guys, why the fuck is there not Freddie Mercury?
I'm pretty sure that not Tom Cruise guy was in
Yes, he
he
was.
was in Corridors video,
Yeah.
right?
Because he only looks like Tom Cruise when he's got sunglasses on, so he wears sunglasses all the time.
Game of Thrones, you can get Daenerys' brother.
This isn't. We're not even talking about the album. We're just looking on the cameo.
We're just looking at
We're just
cameos.
looking at people.
I know. I'm waiting for Joe to fucking talk.
Well, you told me not to.
Yeah, I said hurry up so yours can be
there
over
we
with.
go.
Not linger.
okay. Well, I thought this album was also fantastic. I really liked it. It was a nice palate cleanser, Will. You were right. You were right.
We fucking needed it after the last part.
We need more albums like this. Because on my first listen, I was like, this seems a bit weird. I'm not sure. I think the album cover actually put me off as well. Don't like the album cover.
Oh, it's just like a toy shop.
Yeah, didn't like it. Creeped me out.
What?
It is a bit
And
creepy.
Yeah, I would say
What are you
so.
talking
Yeah.
about? I like that.
Yeah, well, you fucking.
That means you're creepy.
Yeah, you are creepy.
I don't like 50s carnivals
And that's about it.
and scorpions
And animatronics.
and animatronics
Aye.
and intimacy.
And Hitler. Let's just get that in there.
Phobia of
You know what?
Hitler.
I'm okay about him. He
Nice.
made the Charlie Chaplin mustache cool
Aw.
and proceeded to ruin it for everybody ever.
That's what I would do if I was becoming some sort of big, horrible dictator. Like
Hitler,
you
ruin
pick something
fashion.
really iconic and trendy just to ruin it.
Like
a
like
pie hat.
like a Schmeed.
A what?
A Schneed.
What are you saying?
Like a Schneed.
What's a schneed?
A Schneed. It's a fancy thing that all people need.
Okay,
You mean
thanks,
to
Joe.
do that?
There will be
What's your least favourite?
there will be some audience out there that gets that and will be laughing their ass off right now.
We're the only ones that watch this.
This is true. There'll be someone
Even
out
then,
there.
Joe doesn't.
There'll be someone out there. Yeah, I thought this album was great. It had so much like variety. Like every song was different. And like with still keeping like kind of their style. It was really cool. I had a weird time with this album, right? Because I've got two like songs, like my top two songs really stuck out for me. And really stuck out for me. And because they stuck out so much, even though the other songs were great, they kind of became forgettable because of how great those two songs were. Like,
you
they
give
set
them
the
a lot
standards
of
super
praise.
high, and then I feel like not every other song lived up to that, you know? And actually, my top three and my worst are all in the same chunk of this album, which I think is the first time it's ever happened to me, anyway.
What was that? What's in the same chunk?
My top three, my worst, are all in the same chunk. Like, as in, like, they're all next to each
Back
other.
to back.
Yeah. Not in order, but, you know, they're all... I made them specifically out of order so it wasn't suspicious. No, I'm joking.
Okay, so it is haven't had enough, buy now, truth or dare.
No. However, really enjoy this album.
Well, it has to be one of those that are in there.
It is one of
because
those.
your fourth favourite's always in there. Fourth song.
Exactly, you're right. And now you said it, you know, we'll see.
Fourth favourite is gotta be his favourite.
We'll see.
That's number one, meaning that By Now is third and Desperate Measures is second.
We'll see. So, yeah, like I said, really enjoyed this album. Never heard of these guys before. I just kind of liked how different it all was. No Place Like Home and Ever After were kind of just a bit frustrating because of how long they were, even though there's quite a lot of changes. It's one of those where, like, when you listen to a song, right, you always listen to a song because you like the whole song. But I think when you do so many changes in a song, if you don't like one bit in a song, you're less likely to listen to the rest of it, type of thing. I'm not going to, like, trudge through stuff that I don't like to just get that one bit that I do. Whereas a normal
that's the
song
coward's way
will have those repeats, you know?
That's a coward's way out.
What is?
That. And also, you're saying that you got to trudge through it to get to the one bit you like, but the way that you're explaining it sounds like the bit that you like is a small part of it.
Not necessarily. I'm not saying that specifically for this album because I think for the most part, like all the bits were good. But what I'm saying, I think you run that risk though, right? Because
I
like
don't run.
You what?
I said I don't run.
You what?
You what? You run?
That's probably why that woman threatened you, Joe.
Oh,
You what?
God. Gonna stab me.
I'd threaten you, Joe.
So yeah, my worst favourite was actually Porcelain. There you go.
Worst favourite.
Because I thought it was kind of boring. Didn't really hook me at any point in the song.
Yeah, it was one of the worst.
Sorry, Joe?
What's that, Deborah?
What song? What song?
What's
Porcelain.
that, Will?
Sorry, did you say
Porcelain.
something about a clump?
Apparently, I can't hear anyone today.
What was that, Will?
Well,
What, Will?
what's that?
What'd you say, Joe?
Hey up.
I just missed it. I'm sorry.
Porcelain.
Oh.
Porcelain. I
Porcelain.
Yeah,
wouldn't
that
say
was
that,
one
but
of the worst.
it really picks up at the end.
It picks
so-
up halfway, yeah. I've had that in
It
my
do-
old notes.
It does,
Yeah.
but again, it's one of those things you've got to really trudge through the weird bits. But
We
again,
had to trudge through that entire last album. Give us a break.
not necessarily a bad song. Just didn't hook me as much as like most of the others did. My third favourite was Desperate Measures. There you go.
Ah, so it's Desert Meadows, Truth or Dare by now.
Again, I think Will was right. You can't be in a bad mood and listen to this, or if you are in a bad mood, it will cheer you up. You know,
I'm listening to it now, and it's
The
making
beats.
me miserable.
the
I'm
beats get
so
me going.
depressed.
The beats just get me going, and it's so energetic. Oh, I love it. I love it. My second favourite is By Now, which was originally going to be my top song because I love like the emotional energy. I love kind of like the kick drum in it. You know, it gets you going. My first favourite.
I love that we've stopped analysing the album now. We let Denver do it. Joe's like, love it. Kick drum. Love it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Love the
it.
kick drum. Next.
Love it.
So my top song was actually a song that I didn't expect to be in my top song because when I first listened to it, I was like, "Oh, this is a bit odd," and then it grew on me, and then it grew on me, and now I can't stop listening to it. I need help. It's Truth or Dare. Truth or
I
Dare.
didn't like the Wob Wobs.
You did.
See, I didn't at the start, but then I did
You
because I was
kind
like,
of
"This
stop
is like
hearing them as wobs after a while.
you do."
They're just part of the song.
And then like the chorus with like the synth sounds so like energetic, you know.
Mm.
And I think that's a good time to call out the production on the album because the production on the album is really good. For 2011 a song especially. So it's for 2011 a song, 2011 album
Yeah,
especially.
I agree with you there.
You know, it sounds like you could bring this out now and you wouldn't be able to tell it was like almost 10 years old.
Everything sounds very clean and
Yeah,
put together.
really clean. Honourable mention would be Fallout. I liked Fallout. That was a good contender. I like the chorus in that.
Great games.
Great game. Yeah. And like I said, I did like the other songs on the album, but because those top two, By Now and Truth or Dare, were like so stick out-ish to me, like it just kind of like made everything else a bit forgettable, almost subliminally. But it's not forgettable. It's a great album. I'm glad you picked it. And there you go. That's my album. Conclusion.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, Joseph.
No worries.
I thought this is definitely one of the most curated albums we've ever listened to.
What does curated mean?
Like, as in
Put together.
put together
Specifically, like
for an album. It's not just a selection of songs we made that we stuck on an album. Like, it is made to be listened in order.
Oh yeah,
beautifully crafted.
definitely.
It's
Like
it's
the
like a
song-
Like,
model
it has a
village.
distinct intro and outro.
yeah. I mean, the songs actually run into each other pretty well as well.
I got a lot of love. It's
Yes,
like,
they are designed. Literally, the end of one song is the start of the next song.
Yeah.
It's one of the few albums that I'd listened to and actually gave me goosebumps in some of the songs.
Oh, is this a good thing?
Listen, do you not know? I mean, yes, that's
Yes,
a good
but
thing.
sometimes the goosebumps is a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, like anytime you speak, I get goosebumps. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm in defense mode.
The hairs on my neck stand up, and it makes me want to vomit.
But this album to me was very much like it should have been a soundtrack or a musical for some show that doesn't exist. Like, I feel like listening to this album is like listening to the Greatest Showman album without having seen the film. And that's how listening to this album feels. It feels like there should be something else that this goes to.
Maybe there is. Maybe there's like
good
an
thing.
American.
It's not a good or bad thing. I think it would have... It's like, it would have heightened it. Like, for instance, when I listened to the Greatest Showman album, I'm like, oh, great album, I love it. But would I love it as much if not for the film? I don't know. So I'm like in this weird position with this album where I'm like,
I've still never seen The Greatest Showman, so I know exactly what you mean.
I'm not sure whether it'd be one of those albums where I'd be like, this is fucking amazing if there was like a good film that all the songs were from, because I'd have that visual like aid to like help amplify it.
Visual learner over here.
Yes. Great vocals throughout. I love how the songs fade in and link to each other. The harmonies are great everywhere, and there's quite a lot of layers to the songs. One thing that was quite funny, actually, is when I was listening to on Spotify, while I had by accident, I had another Marianas Trench song playing in the background, and it took me a minute and a half to realise that 2 songs were playing at the same time. I just thought, my God, this song has so many layers. And then it wasn't until like a breakdown part in one of the songs, I'm like, hang on, this just sounds completely off. What is happening? And then I realised I was playing 2 songs at the same time. So it sort of shows that I wasn't able to notice that because so many of the songs have layers in. I just thought that was the song.
A lot of depth.
So much depth. Like
Where
Johnny.
I think the album is hurt is all the electro sounds. I think sound really oldie style and fuzzy.
What?
Like any song with most electro in it, I don't like at all. And it really put me off on some tracks because of that. So my top 3 didn't really have any of the electro stuff in. Like any of the synthy sounds were just like a buzz or a fuzz to them, which I just didn't like. I didn't like that. It wasn't like you were saying about how clean it was, but I thought any song with electro in it just wasn't clean at all.
Maybe
and you say about it.
This is a new age techno fan kind of thing. Maybe like you like Zed and stuff like that. Maybe it's because you've heard it too clean before. Yeah,
possibly. Like because you say about it being timeless, but I really think some of the songs, yes, they could be made now, but those electro songs, I think, make it sound like this was made 20, 30 years ago, rather than.
What?
10 years ago.
That's a stylistic choice, though, potentially.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah, maybe it is a stylistic choice, but because they do use that, any electro does have that same fuzz. Like, it's not like a few of the tracks. It's obviously there's only a few tracks with electro in it, but they've always used that style, so they've definitely kept that. But I'm just not a fan of that. I prefer it to be cleaner sound. But that I would say is the only real criticism I have is the electro stuff. Most of the songs are either really good or just solid. There is a few ones I didn't like because of the electroness in some of them. My least favourite was Toy Soldiers, because that one has the old electric style, and it feels like they made that song, they finished it, and they were like, you know what, this song would be better if we just sped it up. But they've not like them re-sung it, it just sounds like it's been sped up afterwards. Doesn't sound like they did it at that speed. I didn't like that. I didn't like that effect that was done. Third favourite, Haven't Had Enough. Fantastic, upbeat song. It was my third favourite. And it had really good vocals, probably some of the best vocals in that one. And it's a great way that they started that right after the intro. It sort of gets you going for what is really a fun album. Second favourite, Stutter. Kind of for the same reasons I loved Haven't Had Enough. But this one was a bit more hooky, because it's like, stutter, 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 whatever he says.
Perfect.
It was just really fun. And it was one of the few songs that had actually, I say one of the few songs, actually quite a few hooky songs. But there was usually something else that I didn't like. Truth or Dare, I'd say it was quite hooky, but there was some elements. I didn't like the wob wob thing that they had in there, and that always put me off it. And then my top song, which isn't in anyone's top 3 yet, is Fallout. I thought Fallout was fucking amazing.
Yeah, Fallout's a good song.
It has like the back and forth call and receive thing. It's a generally feel good song, and it has that emotion to it as well. So I really enjoyed that one.
He likes it because there's a bit at the end where they sing without the instruments behind it.
Yes, it's the classic, like, I love that feature in so many.
Because other than that, Fallout's just kind of a nothing song for me, really.
I think the chorus is amazing, but
I mean, it's fine, but like, there are so many other better songs on the album that I'm not really going to give it the light of day.
No. Still amazing.
I really loved it. And I think, again, great vocals. Great vocals throughout, really. But so I did enjoy my time listening to this album, but because I felt like it was really weird to just pick out songs to listen to on this album. So I felt like every time I was going to listen to it, I had to listen to the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like that's where you got the best out of it. Like in terms of albums, sometimes I was listening to it, especially when Fallout and Stutter came up, and I was listening to it, I was like, is this album like really up there? Like in terms of like the best made albums? And I was contemplating it, but then after those, it would drop off again. I'm like, no, it's not like the best made album I've ever had, but it's close. Like there's a few. If they just changed a few things, like if the Electro was cleaner, and
I don't understand that at all.
And yeah, it's pretty much if that was cleaner, and maybe some of the songs being a bit shorter, but then again, it was kind of made to be one long song anyway, so I don't think that was ever a detrimental thing that the songs were long, because to me, this album was one song and it was 54 minutes long.
I do think it's quite clever that even though they've kind of started and ended each song with like the intro or outro to the next song, like you can still listen to the songs themselves. Oh my god, why am I doing that?
Oh god!
Even though
So loud.
sorry, that is my mother.
I feel like that, like you know when they go into each other, there are albums that have done it a lot more jarringly than this album has done it. I'm okay with them.
Yeah,
you know,
me too. I think they link in really well, but like what I was saying is like you can still listen to the songs individually, and if you didn't know that they were on this album, you wouldn't have a clue that they had just been.
No, but I would argue some of the end of songs is weird.
Well, yeah, but like you get that, you get that occasionally. But it's not like when some songs just like fucking hard slam into it, like some of those weird metal album things.
Yeah, they kind of fade out, so it's never obvious.
I wouldn't go with that. It's definitely obvious, but
I'm listening to the outros now, and none of them are like.
Yeah.
They could just end like that normally in any song.
I agree with Will there. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I would argue
this one
by now
example,
into Truth or Dare is a bit of an odd one. As in, no, they're fine, but if that ended and then another song played, it would be a bit odd.
I love it. I love that. Finding the one example, that's great.
Well, you got to find examples to back up your points.
Oh no,
Exactly.
definitely. But that's the Joe Midwood way.
You can't just
Find
have
the
no
one
evidence.
example that proves my point.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of proving your point. You can't have
Joe
no
Midwood's
evidence.
the kind of guy that goes on forums and it's like, vaccines cause autism, and then Google's like, no, actually, studies have found, and Joe just slams his fist down and goes, vaccines cause autism. And then he goes, fine, here's the one article that might, yes, thank you, evidence.
I think it's the only. That's probably the only one that really does have that thing. Like one example isn't enough, you know.
I agree with Will.
Anyway, Aidan, what do you think?
What do I think? I think this album's pretty weird.
Interesting.
But in a good way. Yes, shock horror twist. Let's go. It's like it's supposed to be a musical or like a Disney show. It's got that kind of vibe to it. But I think the benefit of like having a diversified set of instruments is that you never lack variety and you're always able to like mix up the moods.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone on board?
Yeah, it definitely has variety. It never just sticks to one formula.
So on board.
No.
Thanks, Joe.
No worries.
And oh my fucking god, the harmonies. Like, clearly this guy's an incredibly talented singer, and he never really fails to show his abilities.
There's
Like,
3 of them.
Yeah, but I'm the singer here, Denver. Thank you. Yeah, like
4
I
of them,
feel
actually, sorry.
fuck. But yeah, they never fail to show their abilities like me at a buffet. Like all the flair that they put in, like in the songs, I just love it. Fucking hell, it's so good. Unique definitely comes to mind. I've never really heard anything like this. And I also don't mind when one song ends and goes into another. Like in some albums, it's quite jarring, but I'm kind of okay with it here. But the best experience is definitely listening to it in order.
Yeah.
As Denver has said.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Worst song, Toy Soldiers. It's got the least to it, and I think it's safe to say that songs on the later half of the album are generally weaker.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely, like... I mean, I know you guys liked Stutter, but I'd literally count it from, like, Fallout to So Soon. I'd say those are the weakest songs on the album. Maybe even Porcelain, because I wasn't... Like, and don't get me wrong, they're all great. They're just weaker than the starting, like, 5.
Yeah. Agree.
That being said, my third favourite was Truth or Dare.
Yeah.
Unbelievably catchy.
Yeah.
Like, it scratches a weird itch that I didn't even know I had, and the doctor says it's in all these years he's never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
But then this is where I wildly divert from what you guys got out of the album.
Yeah.
Because my second favourite was Ever After.
Whoa.
And it was an
I loved
amazing
it.
intro. I think it really sets you up for what you're about to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it
What
has
the
a lot
fuck
of...
are you going? Yeah, you literally like went against the intros.
I'm hyping him. It's hype
Oh,
man.
okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
But it has like a lot of gravitas behind it and stuff like that, and the switching up of the styles and the instruments just in the intro alone, like, it's just fucking amazing.
Whoa.
But nobody mentioned it, and I've been obsessing over it for the entire time. It's No Place Like Home is my favourite by far. I wish
Do you
all
like the
albums,
intro and the outros?
I wish all albums had a cool song at the end that takes elements from other songs in the album and mashes it into a song that somehow comes out better than all of them combined.
Did you notice how the intro and the outro mentioned the lyrics, the title of other songs in the album?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, like
notice that.
Toy Soldiers and that in the last one.
Like, No Place Like Home is so fucking incredible. Like, I absolutely loved it. There are so many mix-ups and swaps. Like, that song, it's not even a song. It's a journey.
It just takes too long to get going for me, you know?
Shut up. I'm your anti-hype man.
Sorry.
Shut up,
Whoa!
Joe. Shut
Whoa!
up.
Yeah.
Just at the second he says something, you
Shut
just
up!
shoot him down.
Get him,
Yeah.
champ.
But overall, tasty album. Yummy.
Yummy yum.
Taste the album. I'm just an album.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
I feel like because of my monotone nature, I really didn't express how much I loved it. I really loved this album.
Oh,
I
damn.
thought this was fucking great.
All right, ratings.
Oh.
I gave this album a 9.
I give this album an 8.
7.5.
8.5.
Holy fucking shit, it's a true 30.
It's a true 30.
Holy
33.
shit.
It's better than a true 30.
Yes.
We actually
It's
got a
not
fucking
better.
true
You can't
30.
get better than a true 30, Jeff.
Well, it is 'cause it's more than 30.
It's even better than a true 30.
A true 30 isn't hitting exactly 30.
It's an elite 30. Yes.
Legendary.
Well, when I was rating it, I was like, yeah, this is good enough to be a 30 in my opinion.
So nonchalant about
Very
it.
so
This
nonchalant.
album wasn't great.
No emotion.
It was good.
Amazing.
You couldn't even say the word great. You tried it. You went grud.
Good. Oh, God.
Fucking hell.
What is that like compared to others then?
Has any other album got that amount?
33. 33 must be up there, right? What is that?
Oh, yeah.
The highest is like 35.5. But
I think
33.
wasn't Paramore 33 for ages?
That was 35 for ages. Oh, that was at 34. 33, let's have a look.
I don't think
We'll have to go back
anything
sometime
has.
because we went for ages. Oh, so 32.5 was State Champs Around the World and Back Again. What the fuck?
That was a
Amazing
good
album.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
These, I give that a 7. I don't remember. I never listened back to any of those songs.
I love
Fucking
that
great.
album.
Another 32.5 was Dan and Shay. Dan and Shay.
Oh, damn.
That's a great album as well.
Exactly 33 was Panic at the Disco, Vice and Virtues.
Holy shit. That always just reminds me of Yogcon, you know?
Yeah.
But that wasn't true 30. Why does that remind you of Yogcon? That
Yeah, that
one we
wasn't even
listened
the
to
one
that.
we listened to, but fair enough.
Oh, was that?
That was
The
Pray
other
for
one?
the Wicked.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it
what
was,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of, yeah.
I always get
And that's
confused
it.
with that one.
That's actually the only other 33.
Damn.
Paramore, Brand New Eyes was 35. And then, what does it say? Panic at the Disco, Pray for the Wicked was 35.5.
Which
Mayday
is now
Parade.
on par highest with Mayday Parade.
Yeah, which is equal high to Mayday Parade, yeah.
What the fuck did that album get?
Because Joe gave it a 10 and Aidan gave it a 9.5.
Oof.
I love the album, what can I say?
It's a great album, but it's not even their best.
I mean, it is to us, Joe. Will? Nigel?
Nigel, Farage.
Yeah!
Next album, do you know, I was just
Nigel.
looking at the spreadsheet and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I've made a mistake here. Last week's only got a 6. No, last week's did only get a 6.
Yeah, it did only get a
That's
6.
funny.
Collective
We're
album
not,
I've
we're
ever
not ever
listened
going to
to
top
in my
that.
life.
That was the worst album.
No, we still could top
It's
that.
possible. It's possible because we could pick an album by accident that is universally hated.
I don't think we're going to be able to do it.
Unless we actively try.
We'd
Unless
all
we
have
have
to
like a
give
theme that
zeros.
forces you into picking something weird, you know?
Which should just be 8.
Pick an album you don't like.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking great idea.
JMMD Burning Bridges.
Oh.
We got him, boys.
Fuck's sake.
We got him.
What's the next album, Aidan?
Well, I'll have you know, a little birdie told me that a new Architects album came out.
And you're not doing it.
Fuck no, we're not doing that shit.
Thank fuck for that.
We're doing Pale Waves, Who Am I?
Oh,
Shit.
you know, in my heart, I actually got excited.
Could you imagine? a little flutter. He's like, oh, maybe. No, fuck you,
Did
Joe.
Denver tell you to pick that, or just...
No,
pick
it's
it
my
anyway?
own fruition that I came
Which
up
one?
with.
Who
on my own.
am I?
Yes.
Who am I? 2021.
That's
Best
new.
year. Can't wait.
Awesome. I've never
Can't
heard
wait
of
to
these
go
guys
to
before.
the pub. Yes.
To the pub.
Can't wait
God.
to go to the pub.
So when pubs open, album review live from the pub.
That's it.
Oh, we've
these
got
guys,
kicked out.
these guys look like they're gonna be a Paramore ripoff. You know, they got the similar album art, the butterfly thing on Change.
Similar album art. What Paramore album looks like that?
The butterfly.
Oh, what? On another one of their albums?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
The Butterflies on a single. That's not their album.
Oof.
Yeah,
What
but
about
it's
Skin
still-
Deep, Sky High, Heart Wide? But it's all written in one word, so it looks like a Welsh town name.
What's your closing thought here, Joe?
Did you know that if you put Viagra in a vase, your flowers will never wilt?